Greetings, fellow Armchair Imagineers. Tiki here.
And Blue Dragon 5.
Welcome to the show that comes with guaranteed creativity and a forecast of inspiration. It's time to grab our umbrellas and head to the dry erase board for some Ridestormin! Wipeout!
I was saying more brainstorm, as it were, but yeah.
Yeah, that is the genesis of Ridestorming, rides plus brainstorming. All right, Dragon, how are you doing this fine day, my friend? I'm excited about this one. I know you had some challenges with this prompt.
I can't promise this will be our best, but I don't know, it could be good.
I think I came up with some good stuff. I don't know.
I'm sure yours is going to be better. I'm just saying for me. I'm speaking for myself. We'll see. But yeah, sure. Let's see what you got. So how do you want to do this? Do you want to go back and forth on like?
I have a way we want to do it, Dragon. Believe me, I have a way.
I would hope so. I would hope so.
Oh, I have that all. I have that all planned out.
Now,
sir.
Tiki, you wouldn't happen to know offhand who suggested this?
That's what I'm pulling up right now. This was suggested by someone in the Imagineering boards known as Waz Hatter 08 and Dragon. He's got a charming avatar of everyone's favorite Pinhead Larry himself, Bob Chapek.
See, for a second, I thought you were just going to say Pinhead Larry. I was thinking,
Bob Chapek is live-action Pinhead Larry.
Dragon. He's a chubbier version of him, but yeah.
All right, so he said do an episode about 5 rides you want in the parks and 5 rides you want gone from the parks. Dragon, we took that prompt and we morphed it into basically like replace an attraction from each of the Walt Disney World parks prompts. So that's what we have. We have, take away an attraction and replace it with another one, essentially. So congrats to Waz Hatter. I believe this might be the first. No, we did Sonic. We did Sonic also. So we've got a couple. We've gotten a couple guest responses on, or viewer requests.
Plus, they have been voted on up to this point as well. So I mean,
indeed,
voting. That's the first view. Sonic was probably the first viewer suggested one. Yeah.
All right, so Dragon, you asked for the structure. I have a structure, my friend.
Do we have graphics to reflect this structure?
It's the Wheel of Disney World. All right, we've got the Wheel of Disney World, and then we've also got the randomizer.
Okay.
So Dragon basically will spin the wheel, and then after we spin the wheel, we will do the randomizer to see which of us goes first for each individual park.
Wait, so are we going to use the randomizer on each 4 just once?
Yes, we'll use a randomizer on each of the 4, just to keep us on our toes, Dragon.
Yeah, sure. That's when we have banners to reflect so people know.
Yes. I'll pull up the different banners.
Good. Okay, then I'm all set for it. What do you got? Let's spin the wheel, man.
Hold on.
The randomizer first. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I need to. We got some comments too.
Okay, let's read those.
Z&K channel. I haven't seen you in a while, buddy. It's nice to see you. He says, Ridestormin, not to be confused with Barnstormin, but it is on brand. Yeah. Don't you dare disrespect Pinhead Larry like that. And Beowulf also says he's prepared for hot takes with this. All right. Dragon, I'm terribly sorry. I really quickly have to just type out the banners. I'm not even gonna lie about it.
All this polish, and you didn't think we were gonna
I know.
I was thinking simplistically, okay, well, we're gonna reveal, we'll throw up a banner, and then you went the extra mile. For a moment I was really impressed. And now we're back. We've taken 2 steps.
All right. Okay, I've got them. So let's, without further ado, oh dear, let's spin the Wheel of Disney World.
All right.
Hollywood Studios. All right, so before we do anything else, let's take it off of the wheel. All right, Dragon, I know this is probably your biggest park, right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, just in principle, Hollywood Studios is my favorite of those 4 Disney parks. So I'm always, I'll admit, it was the most, I think it was the most difficult to come up. It was one of the most difficult to come up with in terms of like, I think it's kind of perfect as is in terms of like thinking, oh God, what do I take out?
All right, so let's randomize.
Let's see who's going first.
All right, I'm going first. Okay. All right, let me go back to the image. All right, so Dragon, my attraction. Okay, do you want me? I'm going to play a game here. This is another layer, right?
Can I interrupt your game for a second?
Yeah, sure.
Can we start the game by putting the banner up?
Thank you. Thank you for reminding me.
Okay.
That's why I need you, Dragon. That's why I need you.
Now tell us about your little game.
Okay, so my game is that I am going to name the attraction that I name my attraction as far as like the name of the new attraction. And Dragon, I want you to guess which attraction this has replaced.
Okay, so you're gonna tell me the attraction first, or you want me to guess before?
I'm going to tell you the name of the attraction, new attraction.
Okay.
And I want you to guess which attraction it is replacing.
I mean, I don't think I'm gonna be good at this game. I'll give it a shot.
All right, so the name of the attraction is Dr. Teeth's Rockin' Express.
Okay, I think I know what this one is. You want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Rock and Roller Coaster.
No, actually, it's not Rock and Roller Coaster.
It better not be Muppet Vision.
It's not Muppet Vision.
Good. Okay.
One more chance.
Indiana Jones.
No, not Indiana Jones.
I got nothing.
It's Star Tours.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Wow. You hear that, folks? You hear that? Wow. So already I have a hot take with Dragon. Ooh, boy.
It's just sacrilege. Mind you, again, now, folks, too, in fairness to both him and myself, I mean, again, to me, Hollywood Studios has such like a stacked deck of like really good attractions and just kind of great rides. I believe one that hurts my feelings, but outside of that, everything is, everything's really solid. Like it'd be almost hard to take out anything.
We're sacrificing Star Tours to keep Muppet Vision.
But we can already keep Muppet Vision. Why do we?
Okay, can I explain what I mean by that?
Please do.
Okay, so right now, Muppet Vision is terribly in danger of literally getting swallowed by Galaxy's Edge because it is on the border of Galaxy's Edge.
Oh.
And we also have Star Tours, which is kind of like awkwardly like that's before Muppet Vision, and then you have Muppet Vision, and then you have Galaxy's Edge. So what my proposal would bring to the table would be a thrill ride in the Muppet section to expand Muppet Studios and keep the Muppet brand going strong and keep Muppet Vision as kind of like an anchor attraction to a land. And that way it would be a smoother transition into Star Wars. Instead of the park, it's literally Star Wars, Muppet, Star Wars again. So I am doing this in interest of a transitional space and also in interest of preserving the Muppets in the parks. I think this attraction would serve as an anchor to shine new light on Muppet Vision. Muppet Vision, at the very least, I think they should update that with new animatronics and maybe a new HD film. I don't want them to take away the film itself. It's too iconic, but maybe do like a touch up on it if they can, do some restorations on it. But so Dr. Teeth's Rockin' Express. Let me see if I have any comments here.
I see Z and K having some commentary on.
He says Hollywood Studios the hardest. I feel like that one's the easiest, but we'll see. Yeah, he also says Smuggler's Run also ate up Star Tours' lunch. Indeed.
I love how that sounds, by the way. Just Smuggler's Run came along.
It ate Star Tours' lunch.
It just shoved Star Tours and said, give me that lunch. I'm a big Wookiee. I need to eat.
I will say that I really like the queue of Smuggler's Run, and I love Hondo Anaka as a character. But yeah, the ride itself is underwhelming. I'm not going to argue with you there. Star Tours is the better ride. All right, so, Dragon, my pitch for Dr. Teeth's electric rockin' whatever. I think it's Rockin' Express. Dr. Teeth's Rockin' Express. Obviously, the name is kind of a play on Rock and Roller Coaster.
I kind of picked up on that, yeah.
It's going to be the world's first double-decker motion simulator.
Ooh.
So basically the idea is that you have a double-decker bus that would be kind of like the same ride system as the Star Speeder, except instead of looking out, instead of the one screen looking out, what would happen is this double-decker bus would literally be surrounded by a 360 screen on all sides of you. where it would be projecting like, and the screen itself can move, the room itself can move with the bus. The bus is on a hydraulics thing, which would, give the Star Tours type motion. Meanwhile, of course, you would have Dr. Teeth as the Captain Rex style driver. I think it would very much be based around the Great Muppet Caper, because you would have, maybe you could have something with Constantine in London, Dragon. That's what I'm thinking. Kind of like a modern update of Great Muppet's Caper. I would absolutely have the Happiness Hotel be the queue. What are you feeling on that technology? Like the double-decker bus simulator, where instead of the screen, you're surrounded by the screen instead of just staring out of the screen.
The concept does intrigue me. There's only one thing with it, though, is that, one, I applaud the double-decker bus thing, because you know me, I love me some Great Muppet Caper. But I gotta be honest, I'm not saying you're making the wrong call here at all. Because again, double-decker bus with the London concept, it absolutely works. But for me,
circle vision setup, P&K, absolutely, like a modern day kind of like IMAX circle vision setup.
Yeah, for me, it's kind of, there's a history thing with the Electric Mayhem. To be a really cool opportunity with this attraction would be if you could restore the bus from the Muppet movie. Now, obviously, it would take away from your whole thing, which is why I'm not saying firmly you should do this. But it's just the fact that bus got destroyed and it's lost forever to the ages. If they found a way to bring back that bus, that'd be kind of cool and take it back.
Also, I want to throw out that Dr. Teeth is getting a Disney Plus show.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up at some point during the pitch as well. If you didn't, so I'm glad you did. So yeah, it's this is kind of also really nice and synergistic too. Like, hey, Dr. Teeth's coming back in vogue, big time.
Totally. But and I said, I feel like it'd also be synergistic with Rock and Roller Coaster. It'd be another upbeat attraction through the streets of London.
Yeah, well, again, I hope I'm making any sense with my bus nostalgia. But on the whole,
I hear you, Dragon. I don't know. Your bus nostalgia is my Great Muppet Caper nostalgia, and that's what I'm riding off of.
Well, regardless, again,
honestly, with the double-decker buses, I've got to be honest with you. It's only because I see the Happiness Hotel as such a good queue.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Pops, Z&K says, afraid you'll have to jump in the back or jump in the front seat. Back's been quarantined.
I mean, when you say the Happiness Hotel is going to be the queue, I guess the bus is necessitating itself a little bit more. So I mean, I'm sorry, the double-decker bus is necessitating itself a lot more. So I guess that makes a lot. That actually, it's kind of growing on me a little bit more, I suppose. Yeah, it's.
Okay, so Z&K has got a couple ideas that I like. First of all, I'll address Beowulf with this loading and loading sounds like a nightmare. Well, basically with the loading and unloading Beowulf, what you would do is you wouldn't have the guests actually climb up the little tiny staircases in the double-decker buses. You just have them load on both stories of the bus. So it would be basically like a kind of like how they do it in Tower of Terror, how you have like the 2-story loading area, and essentially the whole thing would be like a hallway with seats. And so it's like you exit, you enter on one side of the hallway, you sit down, and then you exit on the other side of the hallway. So it would be very similar to Star Tours in that regard. Z&K, I like this idea. If it's going to place the Star Tours, maybe each film could represent a different Muppet movie. So Dragon, with that in mind, what you could do is you could have, the London thing with Great Muppet Caper. You could have the bus with Muppet Movie. Let's see, what else could we do with that? Like, what are two others that you would throw in there?
Well, I'm trying to remember because again, I forget when that bus caught fire.
So of course, Z&K also threw in the pirate ship, which I think would be a really fun idea, like just a double-decker pirate ship motion simulator.
Yeah, I don't know how practical that'd be, but it sounds cool. What was I getting?
What about a double-decker Studebaker?
That's where you lose me. Is looking.
Yeah,
you, this is coming from the man who would die to own a model of the 8-seater DeLorean. So that's me saying double-decker Studebaker. It's like too much.
I can see the pirate ship. I can see the pirate ship concept.
I mean, here's the thing. I'm trying to remember if they just had a different bus or something in Muppets from Space, but yeah, I'm trying to think of like if there's anything else major we could
Well,
really
we
actually.
don't need to do Muppets from Space.
Well, no, I'm just that's what I'm saying. I'm just looking for other vehicles.
we
Saying,
don't need Muppets from Space.
I know, trying to see if there's a fourth. Otherwise, we're gonna be at 3 then with the pirate ship.
All right, well that's fine.
Okay.
So Dragon, I think the Studebaker with Gonzo's plumbing truck stacked on top of it. What do you think of that?
I'm sorry, hit me with that once more.
The Studebaker with Gonzo's plumbing truck stacked on top of it.
Okay, that's how you make that work. Z and K
Right,
channel, kudos. That is a brilliant idea.
Okay, and with that, I think we're going to go ahead and transition to yours, because I think I've fleshed out my idea about as much as I can.
I prepare not to be as dazzled, folks, but I'm going to tell you.
Oh, God.
All right.
Give me the name of the ride, and I'll guess.
I think it's not really much of a guess, but I mean, I don't have a great name on this one, because I told you Hollywood Studios was kind of the hardest one. Was one of the hardest ones. The other one is like the one that was the hardest park had the easiest title, but this one's basically the Sanctum Sanctorum.
Okay, so you're replacing Launch Bay?
No.
No. Okay, I'm surprised. All right. Let's see. What else would you be replacing? I'm surprised.
Well, I also had a backup concept I was going to share.
Playhouse Disney?
No.
Lightning McQueen?
No.
What are you replacing then? Indiana Jones?
No. Oh, no. Heavens, no.
Okay, I'm curious then.
All right, I'll tell you. So I have a backup one I'll walk you through, but let me just tell you what the main one is, which is basically what I've had you guesstimate here. So Sanctum Sanctorum would replace the Tower Terror.
No!
Well, they already did it with the other one.
I know!
Well, look, I told you it was a hard choice. Okay, if it makes you feel any better, my simpler pitch as a backup was basically kind of turning the Rock and Roller Coaster into kind of an Iron Man themed kind of Rock and Roller Coaster.
Let's go with Tower of Terror, because that honestly sounds like a more interesting conversion.
All right. So, anyways, just
all right. Like I'm being a little melodramatic, because honestly, like a Sanctum Sanctorum in the form of a Tower of Terror does sound like an intriguing concept.
Well, remember, we're not just doing overlays on this, folks. So I'm using that space, and again, I've kind of changed. I've changed it from just being Tower of Terror, though. So
okay.
It's not just up and down. It's okay. Mind you, Tower of Terror is much more than just up and down, but you know what I mean. So. Just the backpedals. As I said, hardest nut to crack for me creatively out of all 4 of these parks, because I love this one the most. My original idea was the original. My first instinct is like, okay, let's replace Frozen with Hunchback of Notre Dame, but then I remembered it's been done. That was pretty much what they started with. We can't do that. So then it kind of went to replace Tower Terror or Rock and Roller Coaster as basically a Marvel attraction, because, you know, again, it's already had, but I think we're under Marvel represented on the Florida side of things. I mean, I know from what I understand, we're going to have the Guardians ride come to Epcot, right? We're going to have the
yes, that's imminently coming. Yeah,
so that's what I'm saying. So right now, that seems to be all we're really getting in terms of Marvel and kind of our Florida park. So I figure, you know, it's overdue. We already did it, you know, in California with the with the Mission Breakout, the Guardians of the Galaxy already. So why not just I seldom want to do a Marvel attraction. Again, the simplest, the easiest, the overlay essentially was Iron Man, just with AC/DC and, you know, Back in Black playing, yeah, and, you know, stuff like that. But then I realized, you know, that would just been like a tribute to Tony Stark, and so, you know, it's like in your back pocket. But if you want to really have a razzle dazzle like attraction, I'm going to tell you what I contemplate purely out of spite, because this is the one that hurts my feelings I was talking about. Runaway Railway, I was thinking, just out of spite for a moment. I want to replace it. It got rid of something I loved. I'm going to get rid of it.
I like Runaway Railway.
I know. It was kind of, I didn't want to be unfair. I was like, well,
I think Runaway Whale. God, it's a hard freaking name to say. Runaway Railway gets better the more times you ride it from different seats, because you realize that you see different things in the animation cycles.
Sure. And also, again, with Hollywood studios, if you look at Hollywood studios as kind of like Hollywood and just kind of Disney's kind of movie properties to a degree, you have, again, think about what's represented. We have Disney represented with all the stage shows and stuff, and obviously Runaway Railway. Got Pixar represented very nicely with Toy Story Land, a few of the extra stuff like McQueen and such. Star Wars, very obviously. And again, everything covered but Marvel. Again, we've completed all of the Disney Plus little icons. Okay, so long story short, not an extended pitch, pretty straightforward. Basically, replace and kind of restructure Tower of Terror into the Doctor Strange's Sanctum Sanctorum, because as we know, even on the California side of things, Doctor Strange not exactly lighting the world on fire right now, with his magician in the park routine.
Right.
So basically, what I want to do is a next level haunted mansion. Which again, the easiest pitch to make is let's just do the haunted mansion with Doctor Strange, but I just want to like throw a little oomph in there. So a little oomph would be Wong is giving you a tour of the Sanctum because he's the head honcho right now. Yeah, officially, he's technically the Sorcerer Supreme, and I just want to kind of showcase the dynamic of Wong's just trying trying to put the Sanctum on the map, so to speak. He's like, okay, folks, here's the Sanctum Sanctorum. You want to come in for some magical help? Where are your guys? Doctor Strange, however, causing trouble as he tends to do, being the thorn in Wong's side here, and he's kind of a, we see him kind of in the background during this kind of this guided tour, just kind of causing some trouble here. We have like a money shot where you have like the mirror dimension come out, and it kind of like kind of severs things for a bit. Like you have a big kind of like almost kind of like the mirror in Haunted Mansion, only it's like kind of a more of an impressive effect where you basically wander into that mirror dimension for a bit,
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Perhaps have some projections of the Inception effect here and there. Maybe like again, add some psychedelic elements. Have like a black light room, as you're going through. Have the cloak of levitation. You kind of go around. Basically, when you walk into the queue, you are walking into the stairwell of the Sanctum Sanctorum. And you have like a little bit of like there's the cauldron of the cosmos. So again, not nothing too complicated, just pretty much just kind of looking at all the cool wonders, and it's Doctor Strange kind of like changing the room every time you go through. Oh man, this looks cool. And oh my god, it got even cooler. What is this?
But it is a ride, right?
Yeah, it's kind of, again, it's like the Haunted Mansion. Just it's kind of like
Omnimovers.
Yeah, but it has like the new thing. What is it? Like the guide that we call the guided tape thing, where they're following the tape. Like the lines on the ground, like it's not,
trackless.
Yeah, the track. It's kind of a track.
Well, that's not Omnimovers.
Well, sorry. I mean, it basically. Yeah, sorry. I was thinking kind of. That's what I'm saying. Trying to go next level, so I'm gonna.
Okay, so trackless. I mean, honestly, if I were you, Dragon, I'd make it a more traditional Omnimover ride.
I mean, like, yeah, I guess there's nothing against it. I was just trying to, kind of add to
I'm just saying because with Hollywood studios, you already have Runaway Railway and Rise of the Resistance at the same park.
Well, I mean, like, I'm not opposed to making it on the mover. I was just trying to think of like give it like kind of a levitation effect, but it's sure. Like I said, folks, not nearly as impressive as the Muppet pitch, but there you go.
All right. Z&K says stuff that he would replace would be Launch Bay. Yeah, honestly, I'm surprised neither of us touched Launch Bay.
I mean, I didn't know like what's really at Launch Bay.
Nothing.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't know if it really
I'm not. That's not even that much of an exaggeration.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, with a lot of these, I literally went by the Disney maps, so I looked at what quantified as an attraction. So I didn't think Launch Bay really counted as an attraction.
Does it not, as far as a Disney map goes in 2022?
Yeah, I mean, as a Disney. Yeah,
okay, that's fair. That's fair.
That's what I literally looked at like the most updated maps I could find on all the parks, and I went down to the attractions, and I saw like, okay, well, it's not listed as an attraction. I don't think I can. Yeah.
All right. Also, the Lightning McQueen show, the Frozen sing along, and yes, Star Tours.
Something I could never in my wildest dreams. I have so much pleasant memories of Star Tours. I couldn't dare touch it.
Says even crazier idea: turn Animation Boulevard into Muppets Boulevard. Physically pick up all of the Muppets Vision Pizzeria, move it into the Animation Boulevard. Finally, add great Muppet movie ride. Yeah, I don't know about physically moving everything. I mean, great Muppet movie ride. I was tempted to do.
You know what, Z&K channel? I want to just commend you right now because you see now I'm just feeling so sheepish about. I tossed like my Doctor Strange pitch there, but you know what? actually doing the great Muppets movie ride, that would have been the perfect day. That would have been how, like, I'll spite you, Runaway Railway. Let's give the Muppets their day in the sun in a big way. That would have been the way to do it. Z&K channel's so much smarter than us put together, I think.
All right, so I think it's time to go back to the wheel, Dragon.
Yeah.
All right, what park will we do next? All right, it's time to go to the happiest place on earth. It's the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy. All right, going to go ahead and take this off, and it'll be a literal coin toss for the last one. All right, who's going to go first on this?
Let's see. It's probably going to be me.
No, it's me again.
Wow, that's surprising.
All right, Dragon, I am going to throw out the name of my ride before I hold on, after I do this. And I want you to have 3 guesses as to what attraction I'm replacing again.
After we switch over the banner.
Right. Thank you. I need you, buddy.
All right.
Wait, oh my god, I freaking did Animal Kingdom twice. Hold on.
You forgot the happiest place on earth. Literally,
Magic
every football
Kingdom,
player.
not Animal Kingdom. All right.
Yeah. It's not a zoo, Tiki. Come on.
Not a zoo.
All right.
Okay, name of my attraction is Pinocchio's Daring Voyage.
Okay. All right, I have 2 ideas here. Okay, I'm going to throw out Tom Sawyer Island.
Nope.
Oh man, that was my hopeful. All right. Okay. The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
You're in the ballpark as far as geography goes. As far as geography goes, you're in the ballpark.
I have a guess. I know it's if I'm terrified. I only have one left. I'm gonna lose this thing, man.
Like I said, geography wise, you're in the ballpark is Winnie the Pooh.
I mean, I only have one guess, and I can't. Again, I haven't been there since 2012, man. I don't know.
This is a thing that's been there for way before 2012.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's still been a long time, is what I'm saying. I don't have boots on the ground there, man. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna throw a bad guess out there. I'm gonna throw out the Snow White ride.
No, not Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Yep, I got nothing.
It's actually going to be replacing the Tomorrowland Speedway.
Really?
Yeah. And
Pinocchio
my logic.
Tomorrowland.
Well, no, it would not go into Tomorrowland. It would technically be a Fantasyland attraction. But the thing about this is that it would be a transition from Fantasyland to Tomorrowland, which the Tomorrowland Speedway Dragon very much is not. It has all the graceful transition of a family fun center go-kart track. It is just like you're literally walking along, seeing go-kart track, and then boom, Mad Tea Party. It's honestly, it's like Six Flags levels of theming right there. ZK says a friend of mine once suggested cloning Pinocchio's Daring Journey into the Italy Pavilion at Epcot.
That's not a bad idea.
So this is not going to be a clone of Pinocchio's Daring Journey. Let me tell you right there. This is going to be a major water coaster, Dragon.
Okay.
Okay, so basically what I'm picturing is I'm picturing the whole thing pretty much being a lagoon. So that way Magic Kingdom would have a lagoon the same way that Disney would have a lagoon, Disneyland. Except this lagoon, much like everything else in the Magic Kingdom, would be way bigger. So, Dragon, think of this as basically like the Magic Kingdom equivalent of the Epcot lagoon, right? Like you could hypothetically do nighttime spectaculars and fireworks over it if you wanted to. In the center of the lagoon is a giant monstro. And there's a giant monster that you go in one side of is as far as the mouth goes. and then out of another side. Like, so inside, like you see people dropping into the inside of the mouth from the right, and then shooting out to the left. He was going to suggest storybook canal boats. Essentially, it's going to be a bigger, grander scale storybook canal boats type thing. Yes. But it's also going to be kind of a thrill ride. So the queue is going to be Pleasure Island, and this is where the transitional space is going to be, because the transitional space is going to be right around kind of where Dumbo Circus would be, and I believe there is some room there. If you because keep in mind, Tomorrowland Speedway is massive, Dragon. It is a massive footprint, so there's a lot of room. So what I'm picturing is on the other side of this lagoon that I'd be making would be Pleasure Island, and that's where the queue would be. And in the queue, this would be like one of those classic immersive style Disney queues where you go through all of the Pleasure Island stuff. And then you go up to a log flume, and you go on the log flume, and it's in universe in Pleasure Island. You're floating along Pleasure Island. You go up a little kind of like 20-foot lift, then you go down a small drop, and then you hear the coachman say like, you're having a lot of fun, ain't you? And very menacingly, and then Dragon, your boat gets set off course, as it does in all the good classic Disney attractions. And you see the salt mines, not the salt mines themselves, but you see the crates to the salt mines. And you see some of the donkeys, and it starts to get really dark. And then we go up another big lift hill, Dragon, and this is the big drop. This is the big drop into the lagoon. And Dragon, what's cool about this is that from the outside, with the Pleasure Island stuff, it's meant to just look like this is like the big drop on a Flume ride. But story-wise, it's a big drop where you're escaping Pleasure Island. Now, let me also explain a little bit about how I think the Pleasure Island thing would be a really good transitional space. Because on one side of things, you have Space Mountain and Tron. And I feel like Pleasure Island would be the fantastical side of like the lights, the kind of the spectacle of it all. There'd be like the outline of a roller coaster. Obviously, I'm not going to like actually build a roller coaster there, but it'd be kind of like are you picturing what I'm saying, Dragon? Like, it'd be kind of like this over-the-top kind of creepy carnival on the lagoon, kind of like, it'd be kind of like a contrast to the technology of Space Mountain and Tron.
I think so.
Okay. So anyways, you drop down, and then you go towards Monstro, Dragon, and you hear Jiminy Cricket here, yell, "Look out! It's Monstro!" And you do another drop into Monstro, and in the Monstro show building, you see Geppetto, and Geppetto and Pinocchio are rapidly building the fire to make Monstro sneeze. And keep in mind, this whole show building is actually happening inside the big Monstro itself that is in the middle of the lagoon. And then, Dragon, when Monstro sneezes, we have a ride system, which I recently used in an Armchair Imagineering competition, which I like to call the hydraulic Flume launch. Now, Dragon, basically imagine if you're riding on a ride like Jurassic Park or Pirates of the Caribbean, and let's say there's a Pirates of the Caribbean scene that involves dynamite, and we have like actual like really, really strong hydraulic water jets that launch your vehicle. So in this case, simulating the Monstro sneeze. So the hydraulic launch would launch your boat all the way out to the lagoon. We would do a coaster maneuver, like a banked curve coaster maneuver. We'd have an airtime hill, because this would basically turn into a coaster. It is essentially a coaster at the end of the day. We'd have a nice airtime hill in the middle of the lagoon to crest over, and then a small helix or two, and that would be the ride. So basically, Dragon, it'd be a coaster in the guise of, you get on and you're thinking it's going to be just like, oh, a flume ride throughout Pleasure Island. But then the twist is the whole, midway through the Pleasure Island stuff, you get into the donkeys and escaping Pleasure Island, and then the Monstro stuff is kind of like the big finale. So what do you think?
It's not bad. I gotta be honest. It's not bad. Again, I'm not fully sold on the geography of it, but I mean, I don't think it's a deal breaker. I mean, just broadly, the monster of it all really is a good sell, especially if you're going to do kind of the water laden thing. I think the Jurassic Park comparison's not bad. It's sounds good. Sounds good.
Okay.
I give it the stamp.
All right. No, Beowulf, I honestly think the tail would kind of be sticking out. I could see this, like I said, being a more large scale kind of thing. Like, think of it like, the same way pretty much everything in Magic Kingdom is like an amplified version of what's in of what's in Disneyland. Think of this as basically like the amplified big Magic Kingdom version of the Sub Lagoon. So it's like, it'd give the park this whole, I also feel like it'd make the transitional area of like, boom, you have like all these coasters one after another. I feel like it'd give it kind of like a nice waterfront aesthetic with Tron and Space Mountain like on this new waterfront lagoon. You know what I mean? Like, I could see Tron and Space Mountain kind of literally being reflected in this lagoon at night.
I really like ZNK's pitch here for this. I think he had for the Speedway. It's a really good idea.
Yeah, he says the Speedway becoming a Sugar Rush dark ride. The colorful fantasy world itself within the technological world of Tomorrowland.
I think that is an insanely good. I'm not just saying that, ZNK. I'm not just trying to make you feel good or anything. I'm just telling you that is a really good idea.
I've always thought Wreck-It Ralph would fit better into the. It's a good idea, but I think. I think as far as like the space goes, I think Wreck-It Ralph would fit better into the Stitch's Great Escape footprint. Is like, like some sort of like I don't know what kind of encounter.
Well, I think the easiest thing,
what would be funny is like an alien encounter thing, but with the final boss form of King Candy.
I mean, look, that'd be fun. I think the simplest thing with Wreck-It Ralph would be just have an arcade, man. Have a Wreck-It Ralph arcade.
I would sign off on that.
Yeah.
As long as all the arcade games were original.
When you say you mean original to the movie, though, right?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Like the big three, obviously.
Yeah.
Fix It Felix Jr., Sugar Rush, and was it Hero's Duty? Is that what they called it? Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
so Dragon, what is the name of your attraction?
Okay, this one actually does have a name. Very simple, pretty straightforward. Escape from the Cave of Wonders.
Are you replacing the Swiss Family Treehouse?
Hold on one second. Let's want to make sure here. No, not the Swiss Family Treehouse.
Not the Swiss Treehouse. Are you replacing Flying Carpets?
I kind of replaced two attractions. My ideal hope was to basically, if there's room for it, would be yes, replace the Flying Carpets.
Not Tiki Room.
No. I'm saying Tiki. Sorry, kind of crossed. So no. I'm not replacing the Tiki Room. It's basically if in a perfect world, I would just replace the the Magic Carpet ride. But if that's like not feasible for the size that would be necessitated for this, there is another. If you want to just kind of if you want to throw it out there, I didn't know we were doing this whole game here, so I just got to search my notes to what the attraction was out of sequence here.
Well, I mean, with Flying Carpets of Aladdin, it's a pretty small footprint for anything. So you'd basically have to do another flat ride.
All right, no, I know what the other ride. Okay, I know. I saw what the other one I was going to replace it. So again,
okay.
So anyway, so if it's not the Magic Carpet ride, then the other location. Did you want to throw one more guess as to what the last one's going to be?
Okay, it's still Aladdin themed.
Yeah, the ride's the same. It's still the Escape from the Cave of Wonders. Is you have to guess what attraction I'm replacing it out with.
Oh man, I'm stumped, honestly. Because let me run through it. Like, so it's not Swiss Family, it's not Magic Carpets.
No. Well, I mean, again, ideally it would be Magic Carpets, but let's just say the main one. Basically, the one I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to replace is the one you're still guessing.
God, is it Pirates?
No.
Okay, what? I don't know.
The Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I was thinking Adventureland, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
All right, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's yeah. All right, so let me walk you through this. So to me, Magic Kingdom, there's a lot of stuff that can be taken out and kind of swapped. This one was kind of like the plethora, like, oh god, there's so much to just to kind of overhaul here. Basically, there's a lot of
You better not cut Carousel of Progress or Country Bears.
We just went over that. I'm not cutting it.
Good.
Anyway, believe me, I knew. Okay, I can't cut Country Bears. Dear God, I can't get rid of it. I did for a brief time consider Hall of Presidents, though. I was like, do we need it?
I considered Hall of Presidents as well, if I'm being honest.
Here's the thing: I was like, I don't think we need Hall of Presidents, but then I realized, well, the animatronic history.
My boring replacement of Hall of Presidents would just be to turn it into Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, which I think is far and away a better show.
Yeah, I prefer it kind of. See, for me. They never co-signed this, mind you. For me, it would be, let's do Life Story of Steve Rogers as the Hall of Press. Let's do that in animatronic form. That's what I'd like to see.
Okay, you know what? That would be fun. I'm not gonna lie.
That's how you get people in to see that show. Forget
Bucky Barnes. He died, and he's never coming back.
But we do it with animatronics.
I know.
And you have the Winter Soldier on the stage. You have him as Bucky. You have him as the Winter Soldier. Anyway, so we're gonna. Okay, so here's my initial idea was I was going to look at Adventureland. I was going to, take the Swiss Family Treehouse. My first instinct was like, let's make it Tarzan. But then I realized, one, I think that might have been done at some point in time. I can't.
That is done at Disneyland. Yes, it's still there at Disneyland.
Okay, so that's the thing. So I was thinking, that was my instinct, not knowing. I was feeling like mine's like, okay, Treehouse, easy. We're going to make it Tarzan. Because I love that movie, and it was a very easily location to kind of transform. And then I realized, had been done. Then I thought of the Tom Sawyer Island. That was my next pick. Now, here's the problem. Here's what I was going to pitch for that. I was going to pitch Pleasure Island, but then I realized it's a bit of a downer. It was
also, I don't think it thematically fit with Frontierland. That'd be another issue.
Yeah, well, a lot of things don't fit with Frontierland if you really think about it. It's just, I don't know. Frontierland, Liberty Square aren't exactly like the dazzling parts of Magic Kingdom.
I think Frontierland is a lot better than Liberty Square.
I'll give you that, sure. That's what I'm saying.
Liberty Square is basically like, hey kids, this is where the Haunted Mansion is.
I think, isn't the Tom Sawyer thing in Liberty Square though?
No, I'm pretty sure technically Tom Sawyer Island is in Frontierland.
I'll take your word for that. Okay. Anyway, but then I'm going over the attractions. I'm going through the map, and I look at here. It's just. And this. I was kind of asking I was kind of like feeling out some, trying to get kind of a man who's been there in recent years, kind of perspective and boots on the ground approach here. And I kind of realized there's an embarrassing number of Dumbo ripoffs in Magic Kingdom.
Oh yeah.
Which is why, again, my priority would be we got to get rid of some of these knockoffs. That was my priority. And of course, the first thing I saw was the Aladdin Magic Carpets. Which is, again, if you can only have one of the simple ride, you go on the thing, you go up and down as you spin around the old circle. And Dumbo, you need that. Dumbo deserves that. Like, you know what? Nice, simple, old-timey, and again, it's kind of a beacon of the classic Disney ride. It's like a graduation from what Walt did with the merry-go-round. You need Dumbo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Aladdin and Astral Orbiter, not so much.
I feel like Astral Orbiter is more warranted just because of the height.
I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, yes, but basically, I agree with you. I was trying to find something good to theme it to. And basically, I had a kind of a moment where, again, Aladdin Magic Carpet. I was like, man, that's kind of a lame thing to give Aladdin in the grand scheme of things. That's all we're giving him, just a magic carpet, rip off of Dumbo. That kind of inspired me. Like, wait a minute. Let's remedy the fact that Disney's always played scared, at least in my estimation here. They've always played scared with Aladdin because of the whole mishandling of Robin Williams' deal and how that went. At least perhaps maybe that's the reason. I don't know if that's the full reason. That's kind of what it seems to me. It's like, it's like Aladdin just does not quite get service as much in the parks outside of like a parade capacity. Am I anywhere close with that?
There was Aladdin, a musical spectacular at California Adventure, and that's the biggest representation he's ever gotten.
I mean, outside that, and like a scene in like Philharmonic.
Which also, Dragon, I will remind you, the original voice actress for Pearl was one of the original Jasmines in that show,
which is delightful. But you see what I mean, though, because of that, my pitch kind of ultimately was like, let's do Aladdin upright. Let's give Aladdin an actual attraction. Basically let's do it, and we'll include but not purely rely on the genie, because that was the big thing I was very trepidatious about here, because obviously the genie's a can of worms in terms of, like, you don't want to just like go the full Chapek here and like, we're gonna make money off the genie pass for the win. You don't want to do that, but you also, it's like, guys, we can't. The genie is a wonderful character, and I like to think maybe it's a lovely reminder of all the great stuff Robin Williams did, but let's just not like over milk him. So,
Yeah, totally.
so my pitch essentially is, I propose ideally we nix the magic carpet ride and put something better. But again, I'm pitching a simulator ride.
Okay,
so
here's my idea, Dragon. Honestly, take away the magic carpet ride and literally replace it with nothing. You know why? You know why that would be better? Because it would take away a giant freaking roadblock bottleneck in the middle of a crowded walkway.
Okay, fine.
Just literally just take it out and replace it with more walking space. And honestly, that would be an improvement. I'm sorry, I'm passionate about that idea.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, with what I'm about to pitch here, trust me, what I'm about to pitch is going to put the magic carpet ride to shame. So yes, make it a memory of the past in this hypothetical situation here. So again, if I'm looking for space, I think, sadly, casualty here, and it's nothing personal. Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, it's a cute ride, but do we really need it?
Yeah, I feel you. Like, I like it all right, just because I like dark rides in general, but yeah.
Basically, I need space for my pitch here, which roughly is, it's a simulator that kind of ends on a dark ride. That's essentially what I'm pitching. Okay, so the Escape from the Cave of Wonders goes a little like this. Okay, so either you enter through a mock-up of the Sultan's palace, or the giant tiger head made of sand. It's one of those two.
Okay.
What exterior you like there? Like, basically, the point, you're going to see the tiger anyway. You slice it just when you walk.
Are you going to see the tiger in the attraction?
Well, no, just either. Let me this way. You're going to see it when you're walking in, either literally as you're walking in through the mouth, or when you enter the Sultan's palace, you're going to like basically see it on the inside as you're walking through it. I don't know how.
I would say the Sultan's palace would probably be like the more gradual transition that might be better.
Regardless, you're going to walk through that to get to the giant tiger head, which you walk through to get to the attraction.
Okay.
So that's the idea. Regardless, the point being, it's like, hey, Aladdin, and then like, oh God, what am I walking into? So you're walking through the tiger's head, and regardless, you're going through the mouth as it's kind of talking to you and warning you about the whole don't touch anything, So you're going to have an amazing cue. You know what the cue is on this puppy?
What?
It's exceedingly simple. Recreation of the Cave of Wonders. Lighting and all. Lighting is the big thing I'm pitching for this ride, man, because the lighting in Aladdin during the Cave of Wonders scene is just chef's kiss perfection. It really
for sure.
The deep blues and the piercing reds and yellows once they happen. So you're walking
the gold of the treasure room.
Exactly. It's kind of the gold with the blue lighting, essentially.
Uh-huh.
So you're walking into, and you have like the ambiance, like the big, when it's anyways, the point being, you're seeing the Cave of Wonders, and perhaps in the background, in kind of the pre-show area, you have like Abu like kind of oogling the jewels and the gold, and you kind of set up the Jafar Khan, like in the pre-show, like you might hear it, you might see like a clip of it, basically Jafar as the old man making the bargain, like, get the lamp and you'll have your eternal reward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, so, and also you see the magic carpet kind of coming to life in the background too. So that's your pre-show and your cue, essentially. It's like, the magic carpet's kind of in the background moving around. It's kind of becoming your friend in the background of the attraction. So you enter a chamber, and essentially the chamber will, you enter a chamber that essentially, will seal up, and you board your magic carpet ride vehicle, which basically, the best way I could imagine it in concept here, broad concept, would be the most streamlined version of a simulator you could ever have, to make it look as flat and carpet-like as possible. So as streamlined and minimal as you can, but have like a nice design pattern, maybe like kind of a cloth touch to it, and like at the very least, I'll tell you one thing: the seats will be carpeted.
What are you gonna do as far as restraints?
I mean, there'll be restraints and everything. I'm not a madman. You're gonna.
But I mean,
Be
like, is it going to be like a seatbelt or what?
It's probably a seatbelt. Yeah. Well,
Okay.
it's we do. Not all the simulator rides have seatbelts. So I guess you don't necessarily need it, but I mean, it's you could.
I think every simulator ride probably needs a seatbelt for safety reasons. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. What am I thinking of that didn't have this? Yeah, I get. Wait, you were on Jimmy Neutron, the Jimmy Neutron Nicktoon Blast, weren't you?
As Despicable Me.
Right. Okay. That did I have was it a lap bar or was it a seatbelt?
I'm pretty sure it's a seatbelt.
Okay, well then I'm sorry. Regardless, just you'll have a safety measure of some variety. Let's just say it's a seatbelt. Okay. So the point being, you'll have. We're not crazy. So anyway, you enter a chamber, you board the carpet, and basically the idea is the duration of the ride will be a simulator, but then towards the very end, it will kind of shift you towards the exit via a dark ride. It's a little ambitious. So essentially, it's like the pitch is like, let's take one of the best scenes and sequences in Aladdin, which already is like a simulator ride in waiting. Like you can watch it on the DVD at home, and it'll be a ride in itself if you move around left and right and up and down. So,
I literally did that as a kid in a roll around office chair, Dragon. I'm not ashamed to admit
I know,
that.
man, and that's what I'm saying. Let's make that childhood dream a reality.
Right.
Let's do it. Right. So you're basically the whole ride is in the perspective, the POV of the carpet. As in, you're seeing the Aladdin story happen from the carpet's perspective. Initially, from a distance, like remember when the carpet's all scared and like noticing, oh look, from the distance, we're seeing Aladdin go up the little staircase. But then we, the ride, are looking to the left. We're looking to the left because Abu is going for the jewel. We don't want him to go for the jewel.
Right.
We go forward to stop him, and we're looking back at Aladdin as he grabs the lamp, and then we look back too far because now Abu is taking the jewel, and the cave's freaking out. Infidel!
Infidels!
You shall never see the light of day. So then you have again your lighting, and here's the thing. So here's the big sell for you. You tossed out earlier with your mayhem thing. You tossed out the full circle, like the visual thing outside the. I'm sorry. What's it called?
Yeah.
What's it called? The outside viewer thing. The screen, like the circle screen. Is that what it is?
Yeah, just an IMAX dome kind of thing.
Okay. Well, I'm not pitching that. I'm pitching
vision.
Circle vision. Thank you. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
So I'm not pitching circle vision per se. What I am pitching, though, is natural lighting in the simulator. As in, when the light changes, it changes in the room.
Okay, I can see that.
Not reinventing the wheel with that concept, I'm sure. I'm just going to throw it out there because I think it's nice.
Yeah.
I'm saying when the lights change, like when the lava and everything's coming at you, it's like intense reds and like the yellows, and it's the danger. So again, all that's happening. You're in the ride, the Rug's POV as it's flying around catching Aladdin and everything. Again, you show off again pretty much that sequence again. Your childhood fantasy come true as you're going up and you're going down and you're going to the side, and you build up to basically. Here's the cool part. I like to think. You're pinned under a rock, and from the perspective, as you're kind of struggling to get, and you can feel the ride kind of moving. Jafar is about to double cross Aladdin. Of course, you have the bite happen. You see Aladdin falling to his death, and you catch him. The last second, you got that tension. You catch him. You're sealed in, and you think, "Oh man, we're ending this ride on a downer. Our guy's gone." But again, as you the ride then like a door, I guess like a side opens up to the room, and then basically you're kind of the ride is moving physically now, and you are moving like kind of basically in a circle back to like the entry or exit point of the ride, I guess, like that's probably next to the entrance. Most likely the gift shop. You're on like this carousel essentially moving, and you're basically seeing kind of a brief dark ride of you got you ain't never had a friend like me.
Okay.
And then basically Genie like saying at the very end, you're using purely archival Ron Williams stuff. You're basically doing it kind of in a physical,
sure. Yeah.
Again, kind of like a very dark ride.
Well, I like the idea of doing it archival, of course, because I really don't. I really wouldn't like the idea of like a Corey Burton, Robin Williams, or something.
No, not Corey Burton, friend. If it were, I'm not saying we're doing this, and I'm not advocating this, but only if they were ever to do it, they gotta get Jamie Costa.
Yeah, I can see that. Sure.
Anyway, my point is though, as it's going out there, you see like kind of basically the dark ride version of A Friend Like Me, perhaps, or at least some of it being performed.
No, I really like that idea. Yeah, it's like just like a nice little like immersive little dark ride bit, kind of like mixing the physical with the simulator and screen type stuff. I like that.
And it leaves you on a good mood, little tribute to maybe Robin Williams in that regard, and also ends with the whole, like, the exits are here, and hang on, and you're out of the ride.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. Nice, nice.
That's it. That's the ride.
Okay, you really sold me on that exit bit.
Yeah, you're worried about the exit bit, weren't you?
Yeah, I like it.
Right.
Where are we going next? Oh, no.
And yes, the NK channel ends with the airline receptionist character. Yes, that's exactly it.
All right, we're going with Animal Kingdom.
Well, wait, isn't that all, like, how much? Yeah, okay, it's a 50-50 shot. I was wondering, wait, why are we spinning the wheel? But yeah, there's two left.
All right, Dragon.
I'm going first this time?
My friend. Yeah, you're first.
It'd be really weird if you went 3 times in a row, so I'm kind of glad that happened. Okay. Animal Kingdom, my least favorite of the 4 parks. So look, aside from the pics, oh right, yeah, you want to ask me the thing. Go on.
Yeah, what is the name of your attraction?
Okay, Indy's River Raft for Your Life.
Okay, well, yeah, obviously you replace Kali.
I'm not pretending to be complicated on this one, folks.
Right.
Yeah, so again, Animal Kingdom, this is kind of the bane of all the pitches for me. It's like, oh god, Animal Kingdom, because I'm not an animal lover by any stretch. Nothing against them, I just am not. So I'm not razzle dazzled by like, hey, look at all the actual animals we somehow got in our theme park. And aside from the Pixar attractions and Avatar, to me, Animal Kingdom ultimately will be a glorified zoo. With like the best part as a kid for me with Animal Kingdom is like, hey, look, there's Mickey and in safari gear along with Chip and Dale. That's what it was for me. That's what I went to Animal Kingdom once and it was for good reason. I wasn't dazzled.
But Dragon, it's not a zoo.
I know, silly market. I think it absolutely is a glorified zoo until they put it in. That's what it is. I don't care what anyone says. Glorified zoo. And again, I applaud the Pixar stuff. I'm one of the few people
that's not a zoo.
See, I'm one of the few people that likes, it's tough to be a bug there. The fact that that's there, and the fact that you have like the Up kind of show now. You have like the Wilderness Explorers thing. It's like, okay, let's spruce up a little bit of Pixar, and now they have the full on Avatar. See, if my grandmother were ever to return to Florida, I would have to go to Animal Kingdom with her against my will because she adores Avatar and wants to get on that ride. I would have to stomach it.
Here's the thing with Animal Kingdom: I would put Everest, Flight of Passage. It basically stops there.
Well, this is my point. Animal Kingdom, a little underwhelming within the grand scope of things.
Dinosaur. I am a big dinosaur fan.
All right. That's
like
something.
Those 3, I think, are like top tier Disney attractions.
I think it's less top tier, more all they got there.
At the very least, I love Everest to death.
Okay.
Everest is one of my favorite coasters. As a coaster enthusiast, it's still one of my favorite coasters.
Anyway, so any pitch I was going to make was going to be Tarzan related for the Africa portion of Animal Kingdom, but then I kind of realized, oh god, it's all just tours. It's just going to be like, hey, look, gorillas. It's like, that's it? That's like, I don't know. It seems like there's like a guilt trip in Animal Kingdom that I believe in such an ecological...
If you replace a tour or a trail, then you're replacing literal animals.
I know, that's the thing. There's such a guilt trip with any pitch with Animal Kingdom where it's like, oh, am I being ecologically irresponsible here? And it's like the ethical implications of, so it's they're making money off animals being kept for everyone's amusement? Like, how is that? Anyway, it's a whole thing. So... the point being, they have very few attractions to work with here, and I thought, okay, well, if I use rides, it's going to be a cash-in. That wouldn't be. I can't just do a tour. So, all I was really left with, without taking the stuff that actually works in Animal Kingdom, would have been, okay, let's just take the Kali River Rapids and do like the thing that makes the most sense. Well, we have an Indiana Jones ride in Hollywood Studios that's really good, mainly focused towards Raiders. Let's
totally a ride.
What?
I said that's totally a ride.
You being facetious with that, or do you?
I'm sorry.
Well, fine. The point being is, Indy is represented in some way, shape, or form in another Disney. Happy now?
All right. I'm sorry.
My point. Plus, there's the mine cars somewhere
This
else.
is why we use the term attraction.
Fine. Do we have the mine cars still? Is that gone, or is that around?
The mine cars are at Disneyland Paris.
Okay, so Paris.
It's still there, but it's at Paris. Yeah.
Okay, so my point is, I just wanted to represent yet another, facet of Indiana Jones in another park. So the one that made the most sense with the raft thing is like, hey, when I saw Kali, I'm thinking Kalima. When you think Kalima, you think Temple of Doom, sucker.
Oh,
yes,
God. You do. Kalima River Rapids.
So essentially, I went for kind of an homage to Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown, obviously with the whole River Raft for Your Life, Indy. Essentially, here's the impressive thing I think you might like. And again, underwhelming pitch, I know. I'm sure you got something better, but I'll tell you. Basically, the queue is a built plane. So basically, you walk into the plane. And inside, it's basically giving you the impression that you were in the midst of flight, and like on screens that are supposed to be the windows of the plane, you're seeing like you're about to hit the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And like you have maybe a little bit of snow blowing around on the inside. It's like, okay, we're going down. Basically, like the guy opens the door, opens the side, and it's like you get ushered into the yellow emergency raft that essentially they escaped in, which is basically the river raft. And you go down and basically make the slide look a little bit more icy and everything. Basically, you're sliding down the ice. And
that's cool. That's a cool way to start.
Yeah, you're sliding down the ice and you go in the rapids. If they can add it, I'd say maybe add a few extra falls or make it look a little more treacherous waterfall if that's possible. And that's, again, also just throw the Indiana Jones music and Sal's your uncle, and that's it. There you go.
Fair enough.
Nothing complicated, but it makes sense.
All right, Z&K says the restraints of the magic carpets could be either Abu's grubby little paws, or I like this idea, carpet tassels.
Me too. Z&K coming with all the good ideas today.
Yeah, he's coming in with the saves.
Yes, the tassels. Yes.
All right. 8 words, boys. Gravity Falls in place of Chester and Hester's. I honestly don't know. I don't think Gravity Falls has that much to do with animals and dinosaurs. I'll be honest with you. I think Chester and Hester should just be replaced with like an expansion of the Dino Institute theme, because I really do like the Dino Institute theme on its own. All right.
What is Chester and Hester's anyway?
Do you remember in the dinosaur area, there's that kind of like weird carnival?
Yeah,
it's that.
Okay.
It's supposed to be themed to look bad because theming.
Okay.
All right. I'm not even kidding when I say that. Okay, my next attraction is called Antonio's Animal Encanto.
I'm sorry, did you just say Antonio's Animal Encanto?
See.
As in, you basically encounter being like all cutesy. Encanto, but not encounter.
See.
Okay, go on.
Well, guess where it is.
Oh, right. I know nothing about Animal Kingdom. Just tell me.
I was like trying to give you this. It's in the Tree of Life Theater, replacing stuff to be a bug.
Yeah, no, I take it. It's just Animal Kingdom. I don't care. Just tell me. Okay. It's tough to be a bug, which again, like it. A lot of people. Let's exit. Go on.
All right. So this is very straightforward, Dragon. It's a show. Like, I honestly feel like Antonio from Encanto would be a really good kind of like unofficial mascot for the park, just because he's an animal guy. He talks to animals. He lives and breeds animals. He's an animal nerd. And I really think it'd be cool to have kind of like a show where you have like an animatronic. You have like an animatronic Antonio in the middle of the theater. The theater itself would be like a big, expansive version of Antonio's room from the movie. And, I really think it'd be cool to kind of like blend like mild theater effects with a show that actually shows off animals. And, I feel like it'd be kind of like one of those animal showcase shows where they could kind of like maybe rotate which animals get showcased based on the time of day and the schedule for the animals. That's basically my idea. I don't really have a lot of other details there.
Well, I'll admit, the moment you said it, I can absolutely sign off on. Yeah, Antonio's room definitely fits the. It's tough to be a bug in a stadium, so that
right,
works.
right.
That makes all the sense in the world.
What do you think of my idea of like having like mild theater elements mixed with live animals?
I mean, it makes sense. Nothing I would want to see, but I could buy it. Yeah.
Okay. I just think it'd be important. I just think it'd be really cool to have like an actual like wildlife showcase show with an animal kingdom, like a place, like a big theater you could go to see wildlife where you don't have to go on the safari or walk on a trail.
I mean, the only problem I have with those, they kind of have that with the Wilderness Explorers, don't they? Am I mistaken there, or no?
The Wilderness Explorers, it's birds. It's exclusively birds.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. I'm saying it's still kind of like, hey, let's show you some animals, and you're saying you're
it's still the same idea, except with this, there probably like way more theater effects.
So is the kid going to be animated, or are you going to get like kind of like the Wilderness?
Yeah, the kid would be animated. Okay. He'd be an animatronic.
Okay, but are the animals going to be live?
Animals will be live, yes. Except maybe you'd have like an animatronic toucan, perhaps. Maybe a few animatronic animals would come out here and there in between the real animals.
Yeah, you're walking a dangerous line. There are too many animatronics. Like, what's the point of the real animals?
It's a blend. It's a blend.
Yeah, it's a blend, but it's okay. Okay.
All right. Z&K, I don't think is a big fan of this one. That's okay, Z&K. I don't know. I honestly feel like out of the 4 ideas I have, this is the one I'm least proud of. So, all right, Dragon. I realized we didn't switch the banners, so that's my bad. I'm sorry.
You didn't put Animal Kingdom up, did you?
No.
After you put it twice originally, you didn't even throw the banner.
I know.
Great. just great.
All right. So one last time, let's see who's going to go first on this one.
For a moment, I thought you were going to say, "Let's spin the wheel," because that would have been really embarrassing for us.
Looks like I'm going first. Okay.
Right,
so,
well, dazzle me. Okay, yeah. Tell me your title.
Hold on. Let me switch this out.
We have many guesses for this, but we can give it a shot.
This is going to be a controversial one. This is going to be a hot take. I'll tell you that right now.
Okay, hot take.
My title is Landraft Rapids.
All right. Yeah, I'm not.
Hot take. Popular ride.
It's not Soaring, right?
No.
Okay. Grand Fiesta Tour.
No.
Ah, guys, I don't know Epcot. I've never been to Epcot. I have no bearing.
You were very close with Soarin'.
Oh God. All right. See, I don't know. I barely know any of the ride names. That's what's killing me here. Yeah, I got nothing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, unfortunately, folks, I know this is a popular one. I've just never gelled with it. We're taking out Living with the Land. Oh, God. Living with the Land. Living with the Land. We're taking out Living with the Land. We're gutting Living with the Land. Yeah. Dragon, that's the ride where you go through a couple cool animatronic scenes and then the rest of the ride is spent in a greenhouse. And I have never gotten the appeal of it, but it's a huge fan favorite for some reason.
I don't get the appeal of you telling me about this place. It sounds lame.
I think it's lame. I do.
Mind you,
like,
again,
for me, it's one of the few Disneyland. Beowulf, yes, it is popular with internet people. I'll say that much. It's a fan favorite. It's a cult classic. So my idea, and I actually just did a variation of this with a team on a WDW. Holy shit. WDWMagic Imagineering competition. So I'm basically going to recycle the idea we did, where Dragon, essentially what would happen on this ride is it would be a river rapids ride, And I feel like a River Rapids ride would be appropriate for Epcot for a few reasons. Number one, Epcot has very few water rides outside of Frozen Ever After, and Frozen Ever After doesn't get you wet at all. So this would be like the one ride at Epcot that would be like, all right, like go to this ride on a hot day if you actually want to get wet. And number two, it'd be another thrill ride for Epcot, and I feel like Disney's looking into those. But unlike something like Guardians, it'd be a thrill ride that'd be very accessible for the whole family. Keep in mind, I don't know how intense Guardians is going to be just yet, but so yeah, Dragon. Basically, the idea is that within the within the first part, within the because I'd basically be reversing the track. I'd have you go through the greenhouse first, and then I'd have you go through the dark ride second, the dark ride part second. And in the greenhouse, you'd basically have like kind of like a simulation of different weather environments. So it'd essentially be kind of like a clone of the old test track, which I think was the better test track, in kind of like a laboratory setting. And then you would get unleashed into a tropical rainforest. And this would be a really cool set piece. It'd be like the main River Rapids portion. You would still have the prairie section as well, but the rainforest would be kind of expanded upon. There'd be actual like tiki room style rain. Beowulf, yes, this is minus the cringy biodome tie-in. Yes, indeed. It'd be basically the whole idea minus the biodome tie-in. So what do you think, Dragon? What do you think is just basically like a general, like, I know I don't have a ton of detail for this one, but do you think it'd be, like, I think at the very least it'd be more fun than what's currently there?
I think it's kind of funny. We both pitched kind of a Rapids ride ultimately. I think that's kind of funny. But no, it sounds good. I didn't really have much of a bearing on what was there previously on this one. So it's, yeah, it sounds like let's spice it up. Sure.
All right, cool. Finally, Dragon, what's the name of your attraction?
Well, it's not going to be a hard guess.
Okay.
It's Buzz Lightyear mission log.
Okay, you replaced Mission Space.
Yes.
Okay, I was like, don't you dare replace Spaceship Earth, motherfucker.
Why you gotta be all aggressive about it, kid?
Okay, so I'm not thrilled with Buzz Lightyear in Epcot.
Well, maybe I should. Let me elaborate.
All right, yeah, please elaborate.
No, it's not the Buzz Lightyear you're thinking of.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I see where you're going with it.
Yes, so to me, it needs... So, look, Epcot, to me, just desperately kind of needs to be spiced up, which, again, it seems to be Epcot's on its way to doing so. Like, so far, they've done with the Ratatouille ride. They were bringing that to Epcot. Is that there in Epcot?
That's already there, yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay. That's what I'm saying. We're already starting to spice it up. And through Pixar, with Ratatouille, and again, maybe one, it seems Coco is just all but... It's like, pretty much the paperwork seems all but signed for Coco. Right. And beyond that, fingers crossed, Luca. So I'm saying Pixar coming to Epcot would be the way you get me to go to Epcot after all these years. When I was a kid, there was nothing at Epcot. And it's like now, oh my God, everything's coming to Epcot, quite possibly. So if it were me, if you want to get me to go to Epcot, I would say, yeah, let's go next level things. We have some space attractions at Epcot. We have, when I'm thinking space, I'm thinking animation, particularly in correlation to Disney. Guess who I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of Buzz Lightyear. So I'm pitching, again, not the best name, but Buzz Lightyear Mission Logs. It's kind of a thing. It's kind of part of like the whole Discovery launch that he did in real life. So again, there's kind of a basis there, the whole Mission Logs kind of tie-in. Basically, though, it would be tailored to the new film because we've already represented Buzz Lightyear in toy form very well elsewhere.
Of course, yeah, a lot of times, yeah. That's why I was initially skeptical.
Yeah, which of course, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't just do that again. What I'm pitching here, I think you might like. Because you remember, if I recall, and again, I haven't been boots on the ground myself here, when I've looked into my research this, Mission Space is essentially it's a simulator ride. Well, it's a simulator.
It is a simulator. It's a gravitron too.
Yeah.
So it's a simulator. I would call it a simulator.
So I'm kind of taking the leap there. And if anyone's saying, "Oh, too many simulator rides," I love simulator rides. I will always stand by how.
Yeah, I know. The man loves simulator rides.
I do. I apologize for it, but it's what I do. So point being, what I'm like, for example, when you walk to Mission Space, you turn the logo of Space, which is a cool logo. Don't get me wrong. Turn the Star Command, the interior, the Star Command itself. You walk into Star Command, and you have basically you have orange and green missions. You have two different varieties of simulator at Mission Space. What I'm proposing is green and purple missions. Okay, the green mission is the straightforward mission. It's a survival mission. So, you have like on the inside, like, you get like the welcome wagon from whoever your command officer is. In this case, it's Izzy. Izzy is going to be the main supporting character in the new Lightyear movie. Remember, folks, I haven't seen the movie yet, so I'm taking some guesses here. I'm taking some swings in theory here, so bear with me. So Izzy, Buzz Lightyear's friend in the new movie, she'll be kind of like walking you through, like, hey, welcome to Star Command. And here's Commander Burnside. Look how cheery he is. So we're gonna set you up on the mission here with my pal Buzz Lightyear. So basically, Buzz is testing the new. In the green mission, Buzz is testing the new 42 rocket. Little nod to the thing they're too chicken to mention with the Buzz Lightyear Star Command show. Just going to throw it in there. Basically, Buzz, who is a test pilot in this film, he's testing the new experimental 42 rocket with a bunch of rookies, which are you, the rider. Essentially, you go they do the hypersleep and everything, which mirrors, the toy line with Buzz Lightyear, in which, you go into hypersleep, which I know is a fixture of the ride, but it's
yeah,
so
it is a fixture of the ride, which is neat that you incorporated that.
Yeah, I mean, it's very
kind of like a neat little throwback.
Yeah, and of course, Buzz. The idea is when the Buzz Lightyear toys are in their box, they're in hypersleep. When the kids open them, they're awakened from hypersleep. So essentially, you have that kind of incorporated into the ride, and you have basically it's a survival mission where you're in the rocket. You're blasting off, and essentially, you enter the hypersleep and everything. And the mission essentially is you've run into like an asteroid field, and your crystallic engine has been hit, and you basically need more crystallic fusion rods, like basically are crystals in space that are in this asteroid belt. But Buzz Lightyear has to fly out, and you're basically watching this from the ride. You've been instructed by him and Socks, the little cat, the Pete Sohn cat, is instructing you. Basically, Buzz and Socks are instructing you how to fly the ship to evade the asteroid field, while Buzz, you can see him out the window, navigating through the asteroid belt, trying to grab some crystallic fusion to get you before the ship just kind of crashes and burns, and also could be hit by asteroids. That's your survival mission. Essentially, you crash land by the skin of your teeth. That's what that one is. That's the green mission, okay?
Okay.
Purple mission. I tried. I don't want this to be too one side in terms of which mission you'll want. So I wanted to make the green mission exciting. The purple mission is kind of the big one. Purple mission essentially is the other mission is you're testing the ship, and then you are chased and get into a firefight with Zurg and his forces. Get it? Purple, not just for the colors of Buzz Lightyear, but purple for Zurg. Anyway, so again, it was pretty much you see. So again, it's just kind of that one's more of a firefight adventure, and again, just kind of escaping by the skin of your teeth. Maybe see Buzz kind of make the final blow with the wrist laser, or something perhaps like him flying right up into the other ship, perhaps. While again, maybe in the same vein, you kind of run the ship. Either that, or just Buzz is in kind of like a Star Wars style kind of firefight within the ship with you in tow. Perhaps maybe that's just it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty much all I got. I mean, I liked it.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like that it's not the toy Buzz Lightyear, and I think it's smart to kind of because the Lightyear movie definitely looks like it's taking on a more real world NASA aesthetic, and I also kind of like that you would have this and Cosmic Rewind next to each other. I feel like aesthetically they would probably complement each other pretty well.
Yeah, there you go.
Kind of be in a similar tone to each other.
Yeah.
ZK says Epcot I'm not too sure about since I've had the least amount of experience of. Most I've gone to was these past 2 months for the art festival. Yeah, Epcot's kind of tricky. Honestly, Epcot, there's a lot of expansion pads, but I don't with the attraction lineup itself, there's not really a lot of dead weight, to tell you the truth. Even something like Living with the Land does have its fans, and Mission Space, though, I would say Mission Space, I mean, I like it just because I'm a thrill seeker, but I mean, I like it the same way that I like, a Larson loop, one of those rides that just flips you upside down a bunch of times, right? It's it's not, like it's not the most deep thematic thing in the world. I just like it because it pulls some G's. So, you know, I could totally have it go. I wouldn't care.
Yeah, every time you keep saying living with the land, I keep having this obscure reference that keeps popping into my head.
What is it?
It's from the Johnny Bravo Christmas special. It's he's ranting about the animals that basically caused them like to get off their course to see Santa Claus. Like, all because some stupid animals want to live off the fat of the land.
Oh God. Oh man. All right.
Anyway,
Okay.
Okay.
So
Well, Z&K,
yeah.
Z&K, I think, has a final suggestion here.
Okay. He says, only thing I can think of is maybe some sort of the restaurants.
Put
Maybe
rides
some of the
inside.
restaurants put rides in them instead. As for what? Search me. Yeah, I don't know. The restaurants would be even harder to get rid of than the rides. If I be the only thing I can think of is maybe like beer garden in Germany, just because that was literally made to be the entrance to the Rhine River cruise. So if you actually go into it, like it feels like kind of an attraction. So yeah, I would say that I would turn into an attraction, maybe. All right. So it's been fun, people. Big thanks to Z&K for showing up and having a lot of good ideas. Beowulf as well. Y'all are awesome. We will have a new poll out very soon to vote on next week's topic.
And if you guys have any suggestions, you could always drop those, you know.
Yeah, by all means. I like we have the thread in the WDWMagic forums. Also in any of the polls, if you want to drop a suggestion. Z&K, if you have a suggestion for one to go on the poll, by all means. You know, we still have a little bit of time. I don't know. Like I'll let this run for another minute or two if Z&K, because right now, Dragon, we have 4 definitive ones that could go on the poll still that we've been trying to get voted on for a while, but there's space for one more. As the illustrious Ghost Host would say, there's room for one more. Yeah. Z&K, do you have a suggestion, buddy? Do you have a suggestion for a topic to go on the poll? Because by all means, if you do, I will put it on the poll. Let's see, Dragon, do you want to hype up anything that's coming up? Promote anything?
Well, let's see. Well, I mean, if you want kind of something some sci-fi, we very well may be talking Project Adam this week, the Ryan Reynolds Sean Levy film. Oh, sorry, I meant this week, not this. I hope I didn't say
we'll be doing that Sunday, I believe.
Yeah, I meant Sunday. I didn't mean Friday. I got Friday on the brain because it's tomorrow.
It's all good. Yeah, I'm not terribly excited for that. I haven't watched it yet, but I am very curious about Sean Levy directing Deadpool 3. So I feel like it's something that we kind of have to cover as a touchstone.
Plus, we covered the last collaboration they did. We might as well cover this one in the middle. And also, we have some animated Batcave coming at you, folks. And we have a lot of anniversaries coming up next week. We got Godfather, and we have Cats Don't Dance.
All right. C&K, you can't throw at something, man. You can't throw at something.
Don't pressure them. People need all those good ideas. They take time.
All right, I know. I'm sorry. Z&K, I will post a link to the thread in the video description. In fact, just reaffirm that you can't. Like, I would love to put an idea like right now, but just to reaffirm that I am going to do that. I am going to link to the Ridestormin thread on WDWMagic. All right, because Dragon knows if I don't literally just stop the show to do this right now, then
it will never get done.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to do it afterwards because all right. I just got back after vacation while driving for.
Look at what you. Come on, man. Look at this. Look what you're doing to the poor lad.
All right, I'm sorry, ZK. I'm sorry. Okay, my bad. Okay, but yeah, I will post that link to the thread. Okay. Anyways, well, folks, the blue skies mean our work is done, but you better batten down the hatches because there's another storm coming. That'll be a bigger and better ride of tomorrow than ever before. Remember,
If you can dream it, you can do it. Yes, you can. You can.